And first to the main event of the week. Amir Khan's last fight in Britain totalled just 76 seconds when he blew away Dimitri Salita in 2009. Then important victories over Paulie Malignaggi and Marcos Maidana followed stateside.
Now Khan's back in England to defend his WBA Light-Welterweight title against Paul McCloskey, a fired-up, determined challenger from across the Irish Sea.
So Richie and Barry might be in different corners here. The two fighters have certainly had contrasting training camps, and Ed Robinson's followed them every step of the way.
Amir Khan finished the year on top of the world, having lit up the Nevada desert in a thrilling shootout with Marcos Maidana. But before his homecoming against Paul "Duty" McCloskey, the WBA champion had to travel again, following Manny Pacquiao and trainer Freddie Roach to the Philippines, where he shared a gym with Alex Ariza. The conditioner he just shockingly dismissed, as he worked with the man that replaced him, Michael Vale.
It came as a shock to me how things happen, but, you know, this is the business that we're in sometimes, and sometimes, you know, not every match is going to be made in heaven.
He was very busy with Manny Pacquiao. You know, a few things in the camp I'm not happy about, and, you know, it's very hard for him to show up and then work with me and work with Manny at the same time. So I decided to move on, and Freddie decided to bring in Mike.
Alex and I are both top professionals, and Alex is working with Manny, I'm working with Amir. It's not been a problem at all, no.
The full reasons for the split are still murky. What is clear is that Vale is pushing his new charge as never before.
Knees up, knees up, knees up, all the way through, all the way through. Don't anticipate, you never know what's coming. You never know when a shot's going to come or where it's coming from.
It's a punishing regime that Khan does occasionally question.
How many?
Bend the knee, bend the knees. 50.
50?
50, last one.
10 more. 10, 9, get down. 10, 2, 1.
In an effort to reduce the impact on Amir's fatigued body, Vale decides that his fighter has earned a trip to the resort pool.
Go and swim out comfortably. When I blow the whistle, go hard.
And back in the gym, when the gloves are on, it's Roach who calls the shots.
Yeah, you can throw it straight back in, man. But don't reach with the body shot.
At last count, done given at a population of 2,993. And seemingly every single one of them has gone duty crazy.
It is duty mad. There's nobody in the given that doesn't follow duty. Even before this fight came about, Duty's one of the most modest people you'll ever meet. And that's why he has biggest support. He knows where he came from.
Do it, Duty.
The love between Paul and his community is mutual. Children of local primary school St. Canice's have been inspired.
Paul is someone whom the school is mighty proud of. There's a lot of activity going on in the school at the moment. We have an in-house poster competition running, whereby we've invited the children to design a poster to celebrate Paul's achievement to this point, and that in itself has generated an awful lot of enthusiasm and interest. He's reaching now for the pinnacle, and please God, he'll get there.
We're very proud of Paul. He's a past pupil here of St. Canice's Primary School Dungiven, and all the children in St. Canice's have one message for Amir Khan. You ready, children? If anyone can, they can!
But Paul's also fighting for his family.
What's got you, buddy? You okay, Mucker?
Yeah.
It's horrible being away from your family, but I'm using that there as a motivation to drive me on. I say, you know, being away from not seeing my kids every day and, you know, seeing the wife every day, it definitely does. It annoys me, and I use it as an extra tool to drive me on when I'm tired and when I'm getting tight in the gym.
Over a 9-week camp, McCloskey's been based in Belfast under the tutelage of respected trainer John Breen.
When I'm doing the pods with the boxers, I expect them to fight that way when they're fighting under pressure. They need to be working under pressure, and I do my best to bring the best out in them. Again, I enjoy doing it. To bring Paul McCloskey to where he is and where he's going to be, that's your incentive.
Working with his own conditioner, Oliver Cummings,
Okay, 60, let's go.
McCloskey is as ready as he possibly can be.
18, 20.
Khan remains an overwhelming favourite. He's fought and won at a much higher level. But there are question marks over his preparations. And for McCloskey, this is the chance he's been desperate for.
In my mind, I'm going to be a world champion. I've got the ability to beat anybody. That's the way I feel. That's what I believe.
I'm not one of them guys to go in there and take it easy. I go in there and give it all, everything I've got. And I'm going to go in there and there's going to be fireworks on that night.
Richie, it's important for Khan to stay focused. How important is it for him to put on a big show?
Yeah, he's coming home, so he's got to put in a real good show. Obviously, he's got big support. He'll want to put on a good show for his fans. He looks in tremendous condition. But I worry for him in this fight in terms of psychologically, because I don't care what anyone says, once your purse has been cut the way it has for him, he's not on Sky anymore, we've got to say it. That's got to, he's only human. It's got to affect him, so he's got to keep those blinkers on and just get the job done. It could be tricky, it could be a potential banana skin, but listen, he should win this fight.
Khan says the personal problems haven't affected him at all. What about Paul McCloskey? What an opportunity. He's unbeaten in 22 and he looks really bang up for this, Barry.
He really is up for 8 weeks of solid, really away off in a training camp for the first time ever. Really put a lot of effort into it. It's a very, very important fight. I do agree with Richie. I think that has levelled the playing field a little bit psychologically, but it's about levels too, and let's be honest about it. Paul hasn't boxed to the level that Khan has, so you've got to give Khan big favouritism. However, if he can get through the first stage in the fight, get through without taking too much damage, he's got a great chance if the fight enters the second half when he's not picked up too much collateral damage, as I say. No question about it, has the power to take Khan out if he hits him properly.
Yeah, Paul's hungry, he's undefeated, Khan's got everything he wants. Yeah. Is there a chance Khan can possibly think, you know what, you are just, you're part of the problem, yeah?
Well, yeah, I mean, the way he's looking in his preparation, Khan, he's looking really, really good. But I think what the priority for McCloskey, he's got to try and drag him into a toe-to-toe scrap. If he can get Khan to hold his feet, he's in with a shout. But Khan is a moving fighter. If you watch him in all his bouts, he hits and he moves. It's very difficult to actually pin him down.
The biggest issue is going to be speed, Richie, isn't it? Because
the
one thing Khan has is he's a dynamite guy out of the blocks, out like a shot. Yeah. And, McCloskey has been down in the past against Colin Lyons. He got up to win, but nonetheless, he was knocked down. He was vulnerable early on. So will he get over the first couple of rounds? If he does, he's in with a shot.
And I just feel that a southpaw sitting on his back foot is a harder southpaw to box. A southpaw going forward walks onto a lot of right hands. So what does McCloskey do? Does he go after Khan and try and put pressure on?
Do you think it benefits him the longer the fight goes?
Yeah, I think, definitely does benefit him. Okay. But I think the biggest problem for McCloskey is going to be the work rate. I've said it all along. He won't have experienced the work rate of Khan.
Orthodox and a southpaw.